Hello and welcome to our Friday live streams talking about digital marketing. And this week I'm on my own. I don't have any other ninjas along with me for this ride. So I'm going to be just doing this on my own. So I appreciate any support you can lend me in the chat. So you can start off by telling me where you're watching from today. And as ever, if you are active in the chat, you'll be entered in for a free copy of our book, How to Get to the Top of Google, which I have mistakenly left behind the monitor. Well, I have so many copies. Maybe I have one underneath the table. In fact, I do have lots of copies. So, How to Get to the Top of Google, the paperback version. My goodness. Here we go. How to Get to the Top of Google, the paperback version. I will send you a copy. All you have to do is be active in the chat, and I'll do a prize draw right at the end of the today's live stream. Super. So we are just reviewing websites today. So I'm going to get right into it. So I'm just going to share my screen, and if you submitted your website for a review, you will hopefully get picked today to get your website reviewed. But before we get there, we have Kelvin watching from Malaysia. Hello, Kelvin. Great to see you once again. Phil from a rainy Tokyo. Gutted. That's unfortunate. Steve watching from your lounge in London. Are you watching on your phone, on your desktop, or are you on the TV? That'd be really interesting to know. We've also got Mohammed from the UAE. We've got Mike from Malaysia too. Fantastic. I love Malaysia. Spent about a month there a couple of years ago. Very nice part of the world. But as I said, we're going to go straight into reviewing websites. So if before we get started, do just hit like if you haven't already. If you enjoy today's stream, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed to our new Exposure Ninja Live YouTube channel. And yeah, cool. Let's get that off the screen so you can see the website. So we're going to go straight into reviewing stuff. So this website, what is the problem? So the problem with this website is the marketing challenge is there are not enough sales to this website. So we're going to attack this from a conversion point of view. So bear with me. Let's have a look at this website. Cool. So Penelope Academy, the kind of first impressions when we're looking at the page above the fold, what is it that they're advertising? I'm not sure because I don't know what Penelope Academy is. Okay, look a little bit further. Nail technical course, price £499. Cool. But in that first 3-second test of what is this website offering, I have no idea. So the presumption with this website, the way it's been designed currently, is you already know what's on offer before we get started. So I should land on this page because I might have seen a Facebook ad for a nail technical course, a technician's course, or I've come from a Google ad for nail technician course near me, or something like that. But you can't go on that presumption. The first thing that you're trying to communicate with people that land on the page is exactly what it is you offer and what the next call to action is. So in this case, I would have a heading that says book nail technical course or nail technician's course for £499 or something like that. I wouldn't lead with this information above the page because it's a repetition of what's already there. So above the fold, we've got phone number. That's already covered here. Email, I don't see it, but you don't just lead with your email. You have to actually lead with the offer or the call to action, which is book this course. You can talk about email and contact details, stuff like that later. I don't need to see the email, the website address either. I'm already on your website. So whilst I understand why you might have packaged this information all together to get people to contact you, you need to give them a reason to contact you first. So a little bit further down. Okay, so we've got a couple more courses available here. Is this an image or text? I think this might be an image, which is never really good for SEO. With SEO, Google can understand images to a point. It can scan them and get an idea of what it might be about. But in terms of SEO, you need text on page. Who else do we have? Mike from Malaysia, Ian from sunny Barnsley. Lovely. Great to see you with us. It's nice to have some people to talk with because there's no Jess. She's taking the day off. I believe it's Good Friday today, so a number of people are probably going to be enjoying a long weekend, but not I. I figured you might enjoy some live website reviews. So want to learn from home, click to tap. I would click to tap, but it's moving. So not really a fan of this. Basically, what I'm seeing is an under-optimized website. So I would want to see above the fold a stronger call to action. So start with a strong heading, such as learn to do professional nails, or book a professional nail course or something like that, and have either a big button which takes you to the courses pages, or have some form of form on here, so people can register information, perhaps download a brochure of the courses that are available. But probably the best thing in this case is just to get people to courses pages. So before we have to scroll down, if you've not been onto a live website review before, people rarely scroll past, I say rarely, but like 50% of the people will just have disappeared after the first or second scroll down. So this might be optimized for mobile. I'm not 100% sure. We can have a little look in a moment. But that first above the fold area, so before we scroll down, needs to be a lot stronger. If you're trying to encourage somebody to buy something for you, you need to go with, sales copy. For example, when you're walking down the street and you see an advert on the side of the bus, they've got a short split second whilst it goes past you to communicate their message to you. And it's the same with websites. People don't think about this. Like, you've got less than 5 seconds, probably less than 3 seconds to communicate what your website sells, or what your business sells. So I'd first start by just reviewing this above the fold area and trying to hone in your sales copy. Also for SEO too, like trying to rank your website at the top of Google for like local searches. So nail technician's course near me, for example. You want to have that keyword phrase or that search query in your heading on the homepage, if not on a dedicated course landing page. Cool. So the courses themselves, let's have a look and see how they're being pitched. So if I click on courses, it does take me there. My computer's being a little slow. I'm still on my backup computer. New computer is in the works, hopefully soon. So we've got beauty courses, hairdressing courses, makeup courses. So it's actually a range of beauty courses. We're not just talking about nails. So it's great to kind of give some people some direction. I mean, I'm not on a terrible internet connection. I think it's laggy because I'm on a computer that's not set up for streaming. It's not a streaming laptop. But you have to think, like, it's running fairly slowly for me. It could be running slowly for other people as well, and that's why simple kind of navigation areas like this can be quite good. You go straight to beauty courses or straight to hairdressing courses. The simpler you go, the more minimal your website is in general, landing pages, all of that homepage. The fewer options people have, the more likely they're going to click on the one option you want to give them, which is your strong call to action. So this isn't too terrible. It takes them around, but I'm just thinking in terms of SEO, you probably get more people on this page if there was some copy on here to help with ranking. So I might start with a H1 tag, so a heading 1 tag that says beauty courses in area. So beauty courses wherever this is. So Gloucester or Gloucestershire, you can do beauty courses in Gloucestershire, and then have some copy beneath that which explains these are the courses we offer. They range from this price. If you want to book one, you can call this number, or check out now, you can buy them straight away, which I'm guessing might be the case in this instance, because I see a basket kind of icon in the corner here, a cart icon. Maybe we can actually check out. So area above the fold. Okay, we've got some visual communication going on. People are trying to tell us these are the things available, but perhaps we can get the heading higher up and say something like beauty courses from £499 or something like that. So you're just re-establishing your value proposition, you're re-establishing your sales message, rather than it being hidden further down. I don't find this text particularly easy to read, maybe just because it's a little bit too decorative. I find that Sanskrit, all of this kind of like curly stuff, is easier to read. People prefer it. So I would considering that the usage of a font here is not consistent across the website. It's not used here and here. I would just go for something more basic here. So these little tweaks on a website can make a big difference when it comes to sales, like getting people to convert on your website. You need to be consistent throughout, making it as legible as possible. Like, one of the things I always focus on when we're reviewing website design is how easy is it to read, because I personally have a little bit of a struggle when it comes to reading stuff online, and other people are in that same position. The simpler your text is to read, so for example, we increased the font size on our blog posts a long time ago, and what do you know, the reading time went up because people had an easier time reading the page. It's like little things like that, accessibility, that can increase reading time, which makes people more likely to click on a call to action, which makes people more likely to buy from you. Okay, so let's have a look at one of these pages. So titles not clickable, so I make that clickable, get people onto it. I'm having to figure out, so course details is a bit lost, make that a button perhaps, but get people through to your website. Mohammed pointing out that their book now page is showing past dates of courses, which is strange. That's, yeah. I definitely get those removed. It could just be in this instance that the person running the website is also running like 50 other things as a marketer, speaking from experience, that sometimes that comes like lower down the list in terms of priority, getting them off the page. But when we're thinking we're not getting enough sales to the website, perhaps we need to focus on like how, again, come back to simplicity. Maybe you should reprioritize getting stuff off the page instead of just leaving them on there. But that might be in your priority list a little bit further down. So 2D and 3D Russian volume. Hello. 2D and 3D Russian volume eyelash extension course. That's very long. To me, first of all, the thing I'm seeing on the right hand side, all of this navigation kind of stuff is kind of lost. Like it feels like it shouldn't be there. Like you're trying to pull people away from this. Like, okay, all courses, I know I can already look at that in the main menu, so I don't need that. It's more of a distraction than it is something that's going to convert me on this course. You're trying to sell this course at the end of the day rather than get people onto another page. So hopefully by the time they come through to here, they already know they want the 2D and 3D Russian volume eyelash extension course, rather than trying to drag them away to massage courses. If you want to pull people through to other courses and let them know that they're available, build that into your copy further down into your product pages. So, you know, if people are reading this and by the time they get to a third of the way down or halfway down, at that point, you might want to say, okay, if this isn't the course for you, you could try these 3 other courses instead. Or if you're not really into, if you're thinking actually maybe eyelashes aren't for me, you could try these other kinds of courses like body waxing course. I wouldn't. It's basically a waste of the sidebar is kind of wasted area. So there's. I can't remember the name of the research group. There's a research group which put out a study a couple of years ago which said that people can be kind of blind to sidebars. They don't really see them because we're so well trained to just read the main area of content. Like that body of content, we're just focused on that. We don't really care about stuff on the side because we expect that it's an advert. So just forget about the sidebar altogether and put all your focus on this main body of content. I've got one message. This is what I'm offering. This is why you should buy it. And, you know, you can use, you can add those courses or cross-sell those courses in other ways, maybe further down or at the bottom of your content, because if somebody's read all the way to the bottom of this course explanation page, it might not be for them. Here's another course you can look at instead. What's the experience like on mobile from Mike? Let's have a little look. It's a little different doing these streams on your own. Normally when I need to take a breath because I just talk and talk and talk, there's somebody there like Jess to fill in the gap with some genius insights. Jess, if you're watching, I miss you. Hopefully you're not watching. Hopefully you're enjoying your day off. Cool. Let's just give this page a refresh. Change it from responsive to, I don't know, Pixel 5. Cool, back up to the top. Okay, so high probability that people coming through to this page are coming from Instagram ads or Facebook ads, something like that, where people are looking through their phone, maybe looking at other influencers and their makeup photos, videos, reels, shorts, that kind of thing. Oh, I'll have a look at this course. If this is the landing page people land on, rather than the course, the separate like course category page, what's the experience like? So menu hidden away. I don't know what this is. It's another menu. Okay, probably unnecessary because you've got a menu up here already. So get rid of that. And so this is the sidebar that we were talking about before. You could do it different ways. Like keep your menu there. Is it menu? Yeah, it stays in place. So people don't need that secondary option. So just get rid of it altogether. If you are the owner of this website, it'd be great to know. You can tell me in the comments, and I can investigate it. Any more questions you have about this. But buy now or book now. Check available dates. I understand why you've put that button so close. However, not everybody's going to be convinced that this is the right website for them. At this point, they might come through to the page. They still don't know enough about the course or why they should buy from your business specifically before they convert. So I probably lead with some social proof. So you've got no reviews here. Is there another thing you can use? So you can use Trustpilot reviews for your entire business rather than this specific course. So if you've got like 25 Trustpilot reviews saying that you have a really strong website, it's a really strong business, you teach well, that person's then gone on to make a decent amount of money doing the service that they've been trained on, I would have those kinds of social proofs there as well. But also stuff like, are you qualified to be given this course? Now, I don't know how eyelash extensions work. I don't know if there's like a qualification you can get or anything like that. Maybe there's like a beautician's guild, something like that. That kind of, if you had like a badge that said like qualified with X or part of the something society or something like that, that can kind of push people a little bit closer psychologically to converting with you than an empty 5-star review. Why have I just done that? No, X. Cool. So I would get some stuff above there. And I'd get rid of this social media buttons. Yeah, social media buttons can be useful, but people do that not so much for courses. They do it for informational content. Like if I have how many people are going to click on a button to share a course they're interested in? There's other ways of doing it built into our mobile phones these days. Like I can just click on the corner and share directly to my friends via WhatsApp, for example. I don't necessarily need it on here. But would I have that for a blog post about eyelash extensions and how to do it? Certainly, but on a course page, not so much. So, excuse me. Get rid of that and get some of this stuff further up and replace it with some better social proof. Scroll down. Cool. Lots of information. Bullet points need a bit of visual improvement, so there should be some space between them. There's a lot to read here. You want to try and make some of this more scannable. So maybe pick out 3 or 4 really important things, make them really big and bold so that people are like, right, okay, I'm going to learn this in this time frame, rather than you are going to learn all this stuff. So at the very top of the page, go super minimal, bullet points. This is what you're going to learn. This is the duration of the course. This is the cost. And then you can break it down further later on. So just give people a summary at the top, like as a TLDR, too long, didn't read. People are in such a rush these days, even for a high cost item. Like this is what, £500, £400. People, if they've seen enough about your business, are going to be more likely to just, okay, I'll go and buy it now, but they still want to see like a little summary beforehand. And then if they're not sure, they can go further down the page and read more about your business. So I think a couple of tweaks here would improve this website in terms of increasing conversions, increasing sales. Let's have a look. Buy or book now. Okay, that didn't do anything. Let's try again. Okay, that took a little time. So add to basket. Visually, I mean, just this visual experience, maybe it's just not because it scrolled up. Let's go all the way to the top of the page. This feels like a very long, it's so wordy. There's so much to go through here. Earn your certificate, time of day. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's try again. Add to basket. So I think if I've already clicked on that, I want it just to take me to the basket already. Maybe it's because you want people to read this information about deposit options, stuff like that, but it's not doing that. It's taking me down to the basket. Overall, I'm just confused. The experience I'm seeing is not great. The first thing I would do would be to install Hotjar on this website. and then see if we can track how people are using it. So add Hotjar on it. It's like a user tracker software. It's low cost, if not free, depending on how many people you have going to your website. Do some Instagram ads, maybe do some Instagram and Facebook ads, maybe do some TikTok ads as well, because I think that leans certainly towards where your audience, your target audience, is going to be hanging out. Judged on the amount of like candle wax melts that I see on my TikTok timeline. Just fire as much traffic as you can at it, and then just track how people are using it if you're not already getting lots of traffic on your website. Super cool. So I'm gonna now find another website to look at. If you haven't already, do hit like down below. It would be appreciated. And I'll see if you haven't yet submitted your website, there's a link in the description of this video here on YouTube, and you can submit your website. So the next website is not enough sales. We just covered sales. Let's do one about traffic. This website, my laptop is so slow. Okay. What do we have here? Okay, let's give this a go. Okay, coming on back to the stream. Yeah, it does look a bit neglected, I've got to say. Yeah, that website just needs a final touch. If this was our fix or rebuild stream, I'd certainly say it leans itself more to being rebuilt, because I also want to focus on like copywriting as well, like getting really good sales copy on there, keeping things more minimal, making it like look like a step-by-step process. So saying, choose a date, pay a deposit, and so on. Cool. Next website is coming up. It'd be great to know whether you think it looks good or bad. Do you think this website looks good or bad? So the problem on this website was traffic. So we're going to have a look at things through SEMrush in a moment, as well as SE ranking perhaps. But generally, let's have a just look and see what this website is about. Let's make this full screen so we can get as much on the screen as possible. Maybe I can move myself out the way, because I am slightly covered up. I am not what you were here to see, I'm sure. Let's get rid of this banner. There we go, splendid. So, just looking at the page, it looks like it's going to be like a magazine type website. Looks like tech, product reviews. Let's have a little scroll down. So the homepage, obviously, they're trying to direct you through to any piece of content. I'm going to guess that this is heavily dependent on affiliate sales. So affiliate linking to Amazon or relevant websites. Have a look. The best 4x6 photo printer review. Insta 361x. Yeah, so this is presumably tech content in order to get people to link to click an outbound link to Amazon or something like that. So let's have a look at one of the pages. Again, this could be quite probable. There's a lot of website traffic coming to this via mobile, so we will have a look from a mobile point of view as well. I would say sidebar, wasted area. It doesn't look like there's any kind of conscious time spent on the design. Like, it shouldn't be far against the left hand side here, unless I've okay, there's a weird scroll. Let's try zooming out a little bit. Yeah, let's reset. Yeah, there's design wise, I don't think it's great. And let's not forget that accessibility, being able to use a website well, is actually a part of the algorithm. Like, Google's not just focusing on links, it's not just focusing on the content that you write, it's also focusing on how nice a website is to use for people who search. So if you were Google and you had the option between a really well-designed website where it's easy to read the content because the text is a good size, it's formatted well, all that kind of stuff. It's not too ad heavy, because Google really hates ads too, even though they make a lot of money through them. But it hates user experience which is too ad heavy. I would say, like, just off the top of this area, first of all, this sidebar is doing nothing for you because people aren't hanging around looking at this image, they're scrolling down. So yeah, I understand why magazine websites use sidebars so much, but personally, I'd rather just avoid them. Go for a central layout where people are focusing entirely on your content. And if you want to make money, ads may be a way of doing it, but you'd be better off just focusing on how you can use ads within the content itself or your outbound links. But we're talking about traffic here. Yeah, Amazon links. So this is all about Amazon affiliate stuff. So one question I would have, I don't know if the person who owns this website is here. Let's have a look for your name. Your name is Abduladi. I didn't get your second name, but Abduladi. I would say, I would like to know, if you are here, how much of this content is written, bespoke. Okay, so if you're doing just a gear list, let's just remember, not forget that last year, Google made a big effort on reducing the ranking ability of product review websites, because most of them are just there to for the affiliate sale. They're not there to help the user. So I think it was Q1 or Q2 of last year, Google basically said, you know what, there are too many review websites where it's thin copy. The content that's there is just a copy and pasted from the product page on Amazon or wherever. You know, we're going to curb this. And there was a big problem for Amazon affiliate website owners, Amazon affiliate partners, where they're making loads and loads of money. A lot of them lost traffic really fast, almost overnight, because all they've done is just burn out content. So just like 50 articles a week, it doesn't matter how well written they are, as long as we get people onto the website and then get them clicking on the affiliate links. So part of the reason that this website might not be ranking, and we're going to have a look in a second to see if it's lost ranking or just getting going. In fact, let's just do that now. So we're going to use one of my bookmarks. Actually, do you know what? I'll just do it this way. Go over to trusty SEMrush, which I absolutely adore. And we're going to pop that in there without the URL there. And we're going to have a look at the domain overview of this. So if you're not familiar with SEMrush, it's an incredible SEO suite, like a tool set, which does everything, like keyword research, backlink research, like content gaps as well. So it can tell you like what kind of content you need to focus on if you want to beat your competitors. It does it all. I absolutely love it. We've used it for years, and I'm just a massive fan. Cool. So it's saying overall search traffic has come from nowhere. So it must be a recent website in just last few months. Traffic, only 29 people worldwide, maybe. Keywords, 1.7 thousand. But I'm going to guess that they're just not incredible. Like, because Google will just rank, SEMrush or Google will just pick you, you might rank position 99th in the search results for Michael Jackson, for example, just because you mentioned him in one article. Mike, question. Let's have a look. I'm curious, what's a good traffic split between desktop and mobile for this kind of websites? That's a really great question. I haven't worked on a website such as this, but I would suggest it's probably going to be mobile split. There's going to be a bigger amount on mobile because people are like sitting on the sofa and they're looking like, do you know what? I need a new laptop, or I want a new phone, or I need a new hard drive. They're probably scrolling through on their mobile and just reading about a product. However, speaking from a personal point of view and what I've seen other people do, you might start that journey on your website, on your mobile, but then go to the desktop afterwards and just do a bit more in-depth. So initial like top of funnel informational searches might be on mobile, but then it'll switch where people further down the funnel will do more desktop. So I'd say it's probably more mobile heavy in this website, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 60-40 split in favor of desktop, because as I said, later down the funnel, people are completing the sales process or their sales journey via desktop. Like, especially when it's a high ticket item. I don't know how many of you spend like 400, 500 pounds on a new piece of tech just via your phone. Like, the majority of like sales above a certain price point are going to be completed on a desktop, unless you have so much money available to you, you're just gonna buy it anyway. Like 500 quid to you probably means nothing, and you just buy it anyway. I miss when SEMrush used to just let you collapse this menu, because there's all this wasted space. Cool. So keywords that this website is ranking for. So a best furniture. Yeah. What? The page ranking for that. Oh, look, Jess. I miss you. I was just talking about you earlier. Show your appreciation for Jess by hitting the like button wherever you're watching us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitch even. It'd be appreciated and will give me the emotional support I need to carry on through to the end, as well as this cup of coffee. Splendid. So our best furniture, let's have a look, see what the actual content is. So traffic less than 0.01 of a visit coming through to this website. The Best Buy TV stands offer April 22. Yeah, that's like short term. You're only going to get traffic through to your website for that period of time in April. If you're thinking like in terms of getting organic traffic through to your website, you got to think long-term keyword searches. So the kind of stuff that people don't just search today, they're searching in a year from now, in 5 years from now. We call it evergreen content, where you create a piece of content that is always going to bring in new traffic for as long as you rank on the first page of Google. So some of these, clearly the keywords that it thinks you're ranking for have there's no financial return on ranking for a phrase like that. So instant photo printer HP, that sounds more like a product search. So people are looking specifically for that product, but are they looking for a product page in order to buy it from, or are they looking for a review? That's kind of hard to say. And clearly Google doesn't really know either, which page is to rank for that. But even so, you're ranking like the 71st position. I think long term about building my content base out and say, okay, what are the search queries that I want to rank for in 5 years time? Start putting those pieces together. What are the pieces that are going to get me traffic in the immediate period? So you do want to run out those articles of the best deals this month, but keep in mind you are up against a lot of competition. So you're going to have to rely upon PPC probably to get you the traffic initially that you need to earn those affiliate sales, and then start putting that money back into content and backlinking and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, take a long-term approach to your content, but also take a short-term approach to your content as well, and just split your work accordingly. Jess, you should be sorry. How dare you take a day off like the rest of the UK apart from me today. Cool. Yeah, so evergreen content, that's the thing I'd be thinking about. Getting some initial traffic by running some PPC, maybe do some guest post stuff. So write a gift guide for another website, which then links back to one of your articles about the best portable printer, or something like that. Yeah. Some of the instant ink compatible printers, that would be good to rank for. Maybe work on guest posting, getting your website on featured on, well, not your website featured, but getting a gift guide or a similar piece printed on somebody else's website, which then links back to yours. Like this is something that takes a long time to build up. Like all the tech magazines that you see, they normally have to have been doing it for years to get to a high traffic point in their growth. Cool. Let's have a look at another website. Hopefully that's been in some way helpful. Whilst I switch myself back, whilst you're doing that, don't forget, if you are active in the chat today, you get entered in for a prize draw for our book, How to Get to the Top of Google. We did have one for How to Get to the Top of Bing, but nobody used it. Cool. So we did sales, we did traffic. Looking at the submissions, give it a quick refresh just in case any of you have submitted your websites since I started the stream. How are you enjoying the music? I'm digging it. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, thank you very much to those of you who submitted. Oh, there's some really interesting stuff in here. Not enough leads. I've done sales, done traffic. Let's do leads now. Although I did spot carpet shop. That'd be interesting to do. Let's see if I can come back to carpet shop. And we've got how much longer? Okay, we've got 25 minutes. Yeah, we should have plenty of time. So let's get this website over here. Apologies for the lagginess. If you're seeing it, I am very much seeing nothing but lag. I'm sorry. Gonna get a PC built and everything. Don't you worry. All Tech Plus with the soothing music. I couldn't agree more. Super cool. So this is, I didn't catch the name, Positive Property Solutions. I've got it on my other screen. Is it, and can I ask, is it like annoying, frustrating if I'm constantly looking at this other website sideways? Does that bother you when watching me chat away? It'd be good to know. Also, another point, from next week, we're going to be doing 2 live streams a week. Next Friday, we're going to be doing a webinar, and then on the Wednesday, at 2 p.m., we're going to be doing either a fix or rebuild stream or a live website review stream. So those are going to alternate. If you're not really sure on how those work, go to exposureninja.com/webinars. That'll take you to a page all about which streams we have coming up. So let's just very quickly go to that and webinars. And then we'll come back to this website and give it a good old-fashioned review. Da-da-da. You can definitely tell there's a difference between when it's a 1-person stream and a 2-person stream. All the clicking around and bringing up the banners and all that kind of stuff, it's usually done by the other person who's not talking. It's not happening now. Nobody's clicking, nobody's making sure that appears down there. It's not even coming up here on my screen. Hit like if you're enjoying the stream. Super. So yeah, digital marketing webinars live and on demand. So if at any point you do miss our webinars, you can come back to the website and you can watch them. Or you can just stay subscribed to our new YouTube channel, Exposure Ninja Live, and you'll get access to those any of those streams or webinars immediately after they're finished on the channel. So if you haven't already, just go down, hit subscribe, as well as the bell icon, and you'll be getting notified about all of the future live streams. So coming up next week is Fix or Rebuild. The week after, on the Friday, it'll be why your e-commerce store isn't converting with Joe Barlow from our website development team. So if your e-commerce site isn't ranked, Jess has been called out. Indeed, you have, Jess. Indeed, you have. Yeah, if your e-commerce store isn't converting, or your lead generation website isn't converting, you can learn a lot from that. Like the conversion principles for e-commerce are not that dissimilar from lead generation websites as well. So yeah, that'll be a great stream to do, and Joe's always got lots of information to share with us. So back to the next website. So this is Positive Property Solutions for you.co.uk. I'd love to know, everyone, do you think this website looks good or bad? Be polite. I mean, if you think it's worse than bad, you can say so, but here I'm only going to be as polite as possible. Let's fix this as well. There we go. Request a website review of your own. You get a private one sent to your email inbox rather than done live on stream. So first impressions, yeah, this is just not working for me. This area above the fold, I feel, is like a third, more than a third is wasted with menu area. It's not communicating anything to me. All I'm seeing is just all this empty white space. I don't really get what your message is, because your message has been pushed so far down that I don't know what it is you're offering. So this might have been designed on the presumption that people know what they're getting before they come to the website. Yeah, poor. We've got Hamza saying not the best looking. Yeah, I agree with you. Hamza is also saying there's too much white space. Alex saying I've got to be brutal sometimes. If you like brutal, come to the Fix or Rebuild stream on Wednesday, where we're a little less polite, but always trying to do what's best for the website owner. Paul was saying, poor Phil. Good question. Who is going to buy that specific cathedral? I'm not sure. It looks familiar. Is that York? Was that Gloucester? I couldn't say. But yeah, white space, all that stuff completely wasted here. Now, if you go through to other property solutions websites, all that information is just shrunk all the way to the top, and they're trying to just communicate their sales copy to you. This is what we offer. If you want to know more, click this button or start entering your name or something like that. There's a client of ours who does this really well. So it's called House Buyer Bureau. I'll show you their website now. Here we go. Cool. Super condensed. Let's just close that cookie warning. Super condensed menu. Oh my goodness. Look at that menu. Get that off the screen. Cool. So House Buyer Bureau, all that information in the header is just squeezed up. You've got social proof of, this is a Trustpilot score for the business. If you want to get in contact, call us free, get an offer directly. So, you click on that. They've even got a lovely pop-up saying, want to talk now, call me later, call me now. Fantastic. They very quickly and simply tell you what they do. We buy any house in any condition fast, get my free cash offer. That takes you through to a form in which you can find out, how much you can get for your website. We've also got some USPs immediately underneath, which just kind of push their value proposition on what it is that makes them better than other companies. So you've got guaranteed cash offer, sell your house fast, but they also have a USP bar at the very top here. So no estate agent fees. There's so many good things from a conversion rate optimization point of view that you would be. The conversion rate of this page is just so good, so good, because they know what it takes to convince somebody to convert. Like you have such a small period of time. You have such a small amount of screen space in order to convince people to stick around on your website and pick you over the competition. Like if you go to WeBuyAnyCar.com, which is an incredibly successful lead generation business, WeBuyAnyCar.com. The last time I was there a few weeks ago, it was just a form, so simple. You've got no choice but to just fill it in. They just know this is what you're here to do. Get started on your sales journey. So I'd be thinking about it in the same point of view. What is the message you're trying to communicate? Should that be higher up? Should it be, rather than a complete property service, which is not so terrible, say we manage your property for X amount, or I would strongly suggest just going and looking at how to do sales copywriting before starting to write your homepage or landing page headings, because there's so many. There's a way of wording things that makes people think, okay, this is the perfect business for me, or I should at least get in touch with them before I actually decide this is the company I want to go with. So yeah, above the fold, I wouldn't be converting on this website, especially when you compare it against the last two websites that I've shown you, We Buy Any Car and House Buyer Bureau. Chrissy, award for the biggest header on navigation. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's way too big. It's actually really common, unfortunately. Sometimes just because that's the capability of the people who've built the website. I don't know if this has been built internally or via another agency. This is why I put together an ebook recently, which you can get by going to exposureninja.com/choose web dev agency. And I can drop the link in the chat. Is that there are so many things you need to know about your website development agency before you convert with them, because you can end up in a bad position like this, where you've paid for a website that doesn't convert, and then you have to pay somebody else to rebuild it so it does. So you're going to have to pay twice for a website that converts, and that's not good financially for your business. That's an incredibly low ROI from that. You might be able to tweak this website, but in terms of it just being a high converter straight out the gate, is not going to be the case. So what I would do is just review this above the fold area, just making a change to the heading, adding a USP bar in, shrinking down this main this navigation area. Is going to increase your conversion rate. Now I'm not talking like it's going to increase it to 10%. You might only get it up to 1.5%, 2% maybe. I doubt it's anything higher than 0.5% right now, talking honestly. Yeah, so I focus on that area. Further down, cool, we've got a picture of the person behind it, so we know a little bit more. We can kind of identify with you and think, okay, that's who I'm going to be dealing with. That's always good. If you can get faces onto a website, fantastic. This is all too long. You can just say, hi, my name is Mark, and then bullet point, or a short paragraph like that long with some bullet points underneath it outlining the USPs of your background. So, you could just do an introduction paragraph, then have a bullet point for Trustmark accredited. Excuse me. or member of the National Residents Landlords Association, or better still, have your paragraph, then your bullet points, and stick the badges underneath of each of those that you're a part of. Photography, stuff like that. Photography doesn't tell me what to do. You want to say like click here or read more here or look at our photography packages, or it depends really on. I have to understand more about this business before commenting on whether it should be look at our photography packages or look at some photography examples or something like that. Photography is a statement, not a convincing message. Gas safety, cool. Book our property services. So make your bookings today. That should be the very first thing you see at the top of the page. So heading, this is what we do. And then you can have a form on the right hand side here which says make your book a free consultation or something like that. If your ambition is to get people into your sales funnel, the best thing you can do is put the offer at the very top of the page and get people to fill it in as soon as possible. You saw with We Buy Any Car, they're just looking for somebody's car registration, and that gets them into sales funnel. That might be a multi-step, multi-page form. So you enter the first one and you click next. It takes you to another question and just gives you them one at a time. You could do the same thing. So you can, with this one, you might say, enter your address, the first line of your address, then click next, and then they have to give you a contact phone number, and then next will be how soon do you want to sell your property and stuff like that. Just do multi-step pages, which is what we've actually done with House Buyer Bureau and help them to significantly increase their conversion rate. Cool. Let's get me back here. If you haven't already, do hit like for the stream if you enjoyed what I have to say. I'm going to go pick another website. We just did Leeds. Where's that carpet shop? Not enough traffic. I want to have a look at that one. Okay. So not enough traffic for this carpet website. We'll see if I can have a look at them in SEMrush as well. If you want to have a play around with SEMrush, you can actually get I think it's a 28-day trial, or basically like a month, long enough for you to do keyword research, look at your backlinks, or do backlink research, see where you can get more backlinks from, all that kind of stuff. Do a site audit too. That's all in there by going to thankyounninjas.com. Big fan. And not just because I picked up a free pair of SEMrush socks at Brighton SEO like 4 years ago. Cool. I have the website here. Let's bring it on to the stream. Cool. Alex, big fan of yours. Let's pretend this is fix or rebuild show. I'd say to say rebuild. Yeah, just on the homepage alone, I would say rebuild it. It'd be great. Do you know? It'd be great to know. Do you prefer like these live website reviews, or do you prefer it when we do the fix or rebuild and we're just like really honest? And I mean, I'm trying to be as honest as possible now, but we're quite fast paced with it too. Super. Question from Steve. So you mentioned earlier about duplicating content. Is it okay to duplicate page on your own site? In my case, I have photo workshops in spring and autumn on different pages with identical content. So Google's stance on duplicate content is to avoid it where best possible. However, it's kind of tricky. I would say just avoid it as much as possible. If it means like rewriting your pages, I would suggest doing so, just because I think it's better for your ranking potential. The problem really with duplicate content that they're focusing on is more between websites. So if you've got one website that has a product, Jordan, I don't know, some trainers or something like that. If you have exactly the same product copy from the manufacturer on your website, Google then has to determine which is the best website for the same copy. That's their problem when it comes to duplicate content. On-site content, duplicate content can be a problem, but that's the kind of thing they're trying to avoid more, is duplicate content between different websites. However, if I was trying to rank locally, for keyword searches or search queries, I want to get every page of my website to be unique and very specific to the phrase I'm trying to rank for. Like, I don't think if you go onto the Exposure Ninja website, there are many pages, I can tell you now, there are no pages where it's a duplicate, but there might be a call to action area, like a paragraph outlining how our free marketing review works. That might be the same across a website. That's less of a problem than if the entire page about dental SEO or accounting SEO was exactly the same as our standard like SEO services page. Then that becomes more of a problem. Hopefully that's helpful. Mohammed is asking, do they check for site speed on SEMrush? Actually, I haven't used the tool in a while, but last time I did see it, they did have a site speed checker. Alex, you're on my good books today. So Fix or Rebuild is certainly my favorite, but you have plenty of insight in other streams, so I can't complain. I'm delighted that that's the case, because all I want to do is be helpful. So, carpet website, not getting enough traffic, I believe. So I've been focusing on local SEO. So that's basically carpet shop near me, or carpet shop in Edinburgh, carpet shop in Leith, localized terms, stuff like that. So it's multifaceted. You're not just thinking about your content, that it is localized. So you have a page just for Edinburgh carpet shop, and you try and get people in through there. You also want your entire website to come up for carpet shop as well, which involves a lot more than standard websites. So a standard website, you're trying to create a page for, let's just think, sell my house, for example, is less of a localized search, because people are probably going to sell your house with anybody, maybe a local estate agent, but nowadays you've got like Purple Bricks and all these other companies that will do it nationally, and it doesn't really have a I'll see you later, All Tech Plus. Enjoy your beer. Have a good weekend to you too. Yeah, so with a service like that, maybe it's less local focus, so you can just write landing page copy or service page copy, and it can just be standardized. But with local websites, you really do have to include this. Our copy shop is in Edinburgh. We're on this road. We're close to the something center. Next door is Iceland, and all that kind of stuff. All that localized stuff really, really helps Google to know to rank your website for, near me searches. But also there's all this offsite stuff, like a lot more offsite stuff. So with a standard service page, you would have link building to do, so getting other people to link to you for your service. With local SEO, you've got to factor in local stuff, so you want your like local businesses to link to you as well, local associations to link to you as well. But Google has this whole big thing with their Google business profile, which used to be Google My Business, about you have to get reviews on there, optimize your page to make sure you have like photos in there, videos where possible, that you're using the posts function there too. So this is our offer of the week. Basically, all the tools that Google ever gives you, utilize as many of them as possible, because that's what they've been put there for. And if you don't and the competitor does, they're going to outrank you. So a huge thing of this is reviews. So Google takes that into account as well. So you have to be asking every customer if they will give you a review. Now, there's two ways you can go about it. You can ask people whilst they're waiting for their delivery. So they've come into the showroom, they've made a purchase. In the meantime, you can email them and say, please, can you review the website? Or you can do it post-delivery. I know, like, I get sometimes emails from Trustpilot or that client, that company I bought from, like 10 minutes after I made the purchase, like days before I've had the delivery, like through my door. So yeah, you've got 13 reviews right now. You need to add a 0 to the end of that. I doubt that you've had just 13 customers in the last 12 months. I mean, all things considered, of course, because of how different things have been in the last like 2 years. 2 years, my God. But yeah, you need way, way more than that. Like if I was to search for carpet fitter or carpet shop Edinburgh, I'd expect that, at least hope. And if they haven't got that many reviews, that they should contact me and I will help them with their SEO. But not me, but like Exposure Ninja. They've got way more than that, because Google is taking that into account when they're ranking your website. So all that kind of stuff. local SEO is a fantastically complex and faceted way of getting traffic onto your website. Search exposure engine local SEO in Google, and you should see an article or two, if not a video by Tim, our founder, about how to do local SEO, or the kind of mechanics of how it works. So yeah, local so traffic. So I want to have a look at the offsite stuff. There's some stuff. I'm sure there's the website doesn't look too bad from what I'm looking at. But all of the local SEO kind of stuff is going to come into play. So I'm going to take this and drop it into SEMrush. Got a few minutes left on the stream. If you haven't already, do make sure you do hit like down below to let me know that this has been a good stream for you before you pop off for the weekend. And if you haven't already, do hit subscribe to our brand new Exposure Ninja Live YouTube channel, which is where I'm broadcasting from now via StreamYard. Right, let's just F11 this one. So I'm gonna change this a little bit. This computer's so slow. Root domain. Okay, great. So 223 keywords. The majority of the traffic is going to Carpet Shops Wiltshire, which is, that's great. That's what we want to see. Trowbridge as well. Carpet retailer near me. Brilliant. So this is the kind of keyword phrases you want to rank for. It's even telling you that the search intent of this is commercial. That this is transactional. So this is somebody further down the sales funnel. They want to buy now. They've already made the decision to get a carpet. They want to find one today probably. And the pages this is ranking for is the homepage, carpet shop near me. Okay, right. Now this is what you can do sometimes when it comes to local SEO. You can have a page specifically for the search queries that people are using. So carpet retailer near me. Somebody has taken that keyword phrase, that search query, added it into the heading one, the H1 tag, and built a page around it. Now, is this... Oh, see, now this okay. I'm not like a big fan of these text drops because I don't think they're optimized for like people. This has been written for a robot, for Googlebot. But this is what I'm talking about. So they have really thought about this well. We have three, they're talking about the location. So we have 3 showrooms in Trowbridge. So showroom, keyword search, carpet showroom. That's what somebody's looking for. Flooring showroom. Also, they've got high street. They're talking about specific areas. So independent carpet retailer, warehouse, trading estate, high street. They've really thought about what kinds of phrases are required to rank a page for near me. Now, again, I don't necessarily think that this is the best design or way of going about things to get people to look at your sales page or your carpet pages, your wood flooring pages. But in terms of SEO, this is pretty good. And then you got to, I would change the page layout completely. Let's come out of this, go back into SEMrush. But yeah, that's definitely that. I mean, it's clearly not ranking top of Google. It's in the second page. It's number 15. So there's something clearly missing from this. It might be the backlinks. It might be the number of reviews, how well optimized your Google business profile is. One point on that Google business profile thing, or how Google does local SEO, is they're using something called it's called NAP or NAPW, which is name, address, phone number, website. So what Google does is it looks around the web and it wants to see that your business is a real business. So it looks for where your business is featured elsewhere. So this is typically directories, but we're talking about other websites too. So if there's a professional association or guild or something like that for your business, where Google looks at that association website and thinks this is all about carpet fitters or carpet showrooms, that's an authority on carpets. If they're linking back to this website, or they mention this business's name, address, phone number, and website, they could probably be trusted. But let's rank them higher in the search results. So yeah, I would focus on optimizing Google business profile, earning local links, so your local newspaper, local charities you might be able to do stuff with, but also local websites that you might supply or they supply you. Do some networking there, and then just improve, look further into how you get like localized terms used on your website as well. So you've built that near me page, see how you can integrate it further into your other pages as well. Super. Let's call it quits there. So it's been good. Thank you for having us an hour on your bank holiday. Do you know what? I never really take bank holidays. One of the good things about Exposure Ninja is that it's flexible time, which means I can save up this holiday day and use it later in the year. So I'm going to get 2 weeks in Italy in in 2 months' time, which would be nice. So if you're thinking about joining a digital marketing agency, I'd highly recommend working for Exposure Ninja. So going to try and do something a little bit differently to end the stream because I'm on my own. It's a bit more tricky, but I'm going to close by adding my overlay. But before I do, for those of you watching on demand, so watching the replay, you can click here to learn more about how to optimize your website to increase your conversion. So there'll be a lovely little box here that says watch this video or something like that. So we're going to try that and see if we get more clicks at the end of the videos. Thanks everyone for coming. You've all been great, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye.